Market conditions still bearish in this market. S&P 500 sitting at majority bearish now at 10 and 4 on the daily time frame, and majority bearish at 14 on the 1 hour time frame. We're entering into this demand block. We've kind of slid through that 5,900 level, which was the 236 location. This next demand area, demand block, this green area is demand block is essentially a location where price activity has been bought into before, where we've had an area where prices pushed higher, an area where prices pushed higher. So we're entering into that area where there has been buying before, and we'll see if we get any kind of support areas at this. We're also seeing some acceleration to the downside on the breadth of the market here yesterday. That pushed back down less than 50 to 48. Majority bearish also on that trend indicator for the breadth of the S&P 500. VIX also showing some bullishness here. Bullishness in VIX is bearishness in the market, so we're seeing increased volatility to the upside, and this could be a new trend that is becoming established currently, with bonds also seeing some rally here. The short end of the yield curve, SHY, we're seeing that continue to trend higher and rally, which the alternative to that is that rates are going lower. Now, the issue in markets falling and rates going lower is that we're running into recessionary scenarios, and that the Fed is going to have to lower rates to fight a recession now instead of inflation. And that's the balance that we've been waiting, a year now to kind of see if we're going to run into recession based on the interest rates being at an elevated level. Now interest rates starting to drop back down, if we're running into a scenario where we're seeing slowing in the economy as well. The longer end of the yield curve, TLT, also showing some strength, rally in bonds, and sell-off in the 10-year note yield down to 4.25 currently as well. Dow Jones Industrial Average seeing weakness, majority bearish at 9 and 14. Triple Qs also majority bearish at 11 and 14. That's a little bit more aggressive sell-off that we've seen in technology, approaching the 382 retracement level and some support there as well. So we're definitely seeing some acceleration to this downtrend. We're seeing Russell 2000 bearish, majority bearish at 14 and 14. And so really across the board, we're seeing that continue to march to the downside. We're seeing USO, which we've talked about, which is the ETF for oil, looking for a little bit of strength right here. 618 retracement at an area where it had an expanded trend here. And again, those expanded trends, they just don't last. And so that's an area, it becomes a decision point when we have compression and we have expansion. We're working back towards compression again. So we could see a support, some demand coming back in to oil, and some more upside there as well. Something to be aware of, or at least be paying attention to if oil is always a talking point, and definitely a commodity to be aware of what that price activity is doing. Moving over to gold right here, gold, the ETF GLD, majority bearish. We talked about that in previous updates when we start to get that expansion. We're expanded to the upside on the daily, retracement location potentially back to 260 on gold. That's still in a really solid uptrend, but it needs a little bit of time to compress the shorter trend, potentially compress that longer trend as well. But even just a little bit back into that 260 range may set up a little bit more firm footing for more upside for gold. SLV also showing some weakness here, majority bearish on the 1 hour time frame. Let's jump over and look at a couple of stock ideas. One, ARIS, nice looking pattern, confirmation bar back into momentum, increased volume there as well. Let me just widen that out just a little bit. And then one other stock to consider, SSSS is the symbol on that. They are an investment firm. Nice confirmation bar, increased volume there as well. If you don't have access to the filters here, you can join our Discord server, which there is a link to get free access in the description of the video. And as always, if you find value in these videos, please like the videos, and that'll do it for today's update. Everyone have a fantastic day and a great weekend.